Here we are again. I'm Bob Barron. I mentioned last time I was talking to you that I had written some stories and put them into a book, things I've done in my life, teaching and being a park ranger, being in the Army. And the book is called Life Parts. Life Parts. My name is Robert Barron, so you may find that somewhere if you'd like to. But I wanted to share here with some of these videos some other parts of the life that you can't put everything into a book. So what I have today is an autoharp to show you, and I first used one of these when I was teaching back in 1965. I'd looked into what we call a cloakroom, which is a place that children put their coats in their lunchbox, and I found something like this. Not this is a rather newer one, but it was an old one, probably from 1920, much lighter and a simpler one. But I blew the dust off and asked one of the other teachers, what is this thing? And she said, it's an autoharp. I should have realized, because I had seen Johnny Cash, I think his wife and mother-in-law both played an autoharp, and so did Bob Dylan. But I pulled it out and learned to play it a bit, and the kids were fascinated with it, and they wanted to play it too, so I let them fool around with it a little bit and learn a few things. But I wanted to share today one of the first songs I ever learned. Got to get in the proper mood, so I'll put on a proper hat, I think, for this. It's a warm hat, and I've got hair for first time in quite a few years. But here's the first song I ever learned. It's called I Was Born About 1,000 Years Ago. I was born about 1,000 years ago, and there's nothing in this world that I don't know. I saw Peter, Paul, and Moses playing the ring around the roses, and I'll lift the guy that says it isn't so. I saw Jonah when he shoved off in the whale, and I thought he'd never live to tell the tale. But old Jonah had eaten garlic, and he gave the whale the colic, so he coughed him up and let him out of hell. I don't know how that sounds to you, but it sounds pretty fun just to hear those words again. I don't even know who wrote that song. I probably should look it up. There's another song that we used to play quite a bit and sing quite a bit back then, and I became kind of a little anthem, I think, for a lot of people. Woody Guthrie song called This Land Is Your Land. I really think that's an iconic song. I really like it a lot, so perhaps I can share a little of that too while we're here. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, I looked above me, there in the skyway. I looked below me, in the golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled, followed my footsteps, the sparkling sands over diamond deserts, and all around me just voices saying, this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. In case you're wondering, this thing has got quite a few strings on it, and they have to be tuned, of course. Lots of buttons for different chords. It's a bit of a challenge to tune it and to keep it in tune, because it does change. It's kind of like a piano in the sense that the weather does affect it, and to kind of keep this in a good, nice, tight case, but it has to be tuned quite a bit, and I haven't really tuned it. It sounded pretty good to me, but I don't know how it sounds to you. You can decide that for yourself, It's just fun to remember some of these things and share them. You know, and I say you can't put everything into writing, but I guess this makes clear a little bit more of something, you know. And yeah, kids love this thing. I still like to play it, but I haven't played it much because truthfully, it's pretty hard on this thumb. The thumb does a lot of work on this instrument, and maybe I'll get back to doing more of it. But I don't want to wear out my thumb. You know, I might need that for something else in this little old life we got. Well, that's it for right now. Hope to share something else with you maybe in a couple of days. It's just fun. I've got some movies I took when I was at UC Berkeley. Maybe I'll put those on here next time. But if you see them, you'll know what they are. And that's just to show a little bit more than what I put in that little book that I wrote called Life Parts. Hey, thanks for coming. Thanks for looking at this, and hope to see you again. Bye-bye.